off the right way, stop by for brunch starting at 9 a.m. Don't forget, Grata offers a full catering service as well for those graduation parties, birthday celebrations, and weekend family get-togethers. Give Grata Bar and Lounge a call today at 402-261-3019 or visit them in person at 70th and A in the Clock Tower Shopping Center.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light and variable winds. Afternoon high near 82. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, a low around 56. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers and storms in the afternoon. Otherwise, mainly sunny with light winds and a high near 88. I'm meteorologist Kyle Husker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Out here on Nebraska's calm, welcoming waters, fishing is a breeze. It's the sweet spot where solo anglers find quiet before the catch, families reel in memories, and first-timers discover what makes fishing so special. From the Panhandle to the Platte, the best fishing happens here, beneath Nebraska skies. Get started at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G1877747, and G1965999.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Spring has arrived, the temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me short. Look at me short. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown.
Husker Hall of Famer Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, welcome to the Captain Show. This is 93.7 The Ticket. This is the fastest 2 hours in radio, and I'm with
The captain.
and I'm with
Austin.
And we are ready to have a Rock and Sock show today, folks. Stay tuned because we have a lot to talk about. We have college baseball. We have some Husker football. We got anything you want to talk about, text us up. We helped do the Give to Lincoln Day yesterday, and we blew it out the water. And thanks to Mike Talbot for having us out there and all the good people who work out there and do good things for other people besides ourselves.
Is there Austin? Is there a what we kind of the final number? Can we get some stats?
Yes, we posted it. Shout out to Gracie, our fantastic graphics lady here at the Ticket. Let me get it pulled up real quick. The final tally: 535 donations to Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach, totaling over $278,000.
Wow! Congratulations! And like I said, what they do is amazing. Great food, great people. And the people who give back to other people, to me, those are the special people of the world. It's the people that don't really get a chance to, we don't say thank you enough to them. So hopefully we'll have another, they said if we got any of that old Nebraska stuff. So Terrell, if you got some old Nebraska stuff that you can't fit, we're going to get a bag of stuff for them. And now I just gave away a whole box of shoes. And so now I know where to give it. Now I know where to take it to.
Yeah, you have plenty of shoes. We witnessed that 3 weeks ago, so we know you have plenty of shoes.
I gave them away though.
All right, fellas, where we want to start at today? It's Friday, Good Sense Friday. Open mic for anybody who wants to start the show off today. I'm gonna wait till we start off with Husker football because I got a couple of things I want to ask you guys, and I got 3 really good questions for you guys. So I'm gonna.
We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
Tell them again, Austin.
Lay them on us, Farley. What you got?
No. This is the first get in. We can talk about something else.
Wait, that's what I'm saying. You can't just try to throw a air ball, live ball up in the air and hope for me and Austin catch it. Austin ain't even on the screen, so you hoping I catch it?
No.
I think we need to talk baseball because
that's the baseball.
I think we need to look at Nebraska going to the NCAA regionals in Chapel Hill. They got a chip in the chair. That's all I can tell you is they got a chip in the chair. Will Bolt has those guys playing excellent baseball right now. If they can keep that up, you never know. They could wind up in Omaha. I guess when I'm looking at this, I wanted to ask Austin because I know you're a little bit better on the breakdown. I sent you guys the breakdown of the games on Friday. You got game 1. North Carolina plays Holy Cross. Nebraska plays, of course, our nemesis, Oklahoma. But then that's when it kind of gets tricky to me. Now, I can read it, where it talks about loser of game 1, but Austin, I'd rather you break that down real quick.
Well, pretty much what you need to know about college baseball regionals is if you go 2-0, you're in good shape. Whether you lose your first game or you lose your second game, you'll have to beat the team that went 2-0 twice. So I guess for Nebraska, what the setup's going to be is after this North Carolina Holy Cross game is done, then you'll get Nebraska Oklahoma later this afternoon. Winners will play, losers will play. As soon as you lose 2 games, you're done. So if you lose your first game, you're dropped to the losers bracket. You win your first game, you're in the winners half, the top half of the bracket. So really, it's the first team to win 3 games is what it looks like. You got to win 3 before you lose 2. That's the regional setup.
Awesome. Anything else to add to that besides the fact that we got a chip in the chair, and I like our chances in this bracket.
Well, the thing about this game right here is that, Oklahoma's 6-1 on neutral sites. They're 20-10 at home. They're 9-9 away. They're 35-20 overall. And you come in with a conference that had probably over 13 teams to qualify for this regional tournament. Nebraska has to do what it's been doing. Don't change anything. Don't try to be changing up anything. I think you just play the way you play. Good pitching, good base running, good fielding. Just think. And Nebraska had a pretty good chance to show that against all the teams in the Big Ten tournament. Now, North Carolina, on the other hand, is a different story. I think we have to focus on getting out of this Oklahoma game and don't worry about the other teams. If you take care of your business and beat Oklahoma, then you set yourself up for the rest of the tournament and try to get out of there and go to the super regionals.
I'll add that for Nebraska, it's really important to be playing from ahead, or at least from even. What Nebraska's done far too often this year is dig itself a big hole, right? We know that in Nebraska football, it's almost the opposite. Nebraska can be good in the first half and then let it slip in the second half. Nebraska baseball has done a good job of being resilient and bouncing back from their starting pitcher not having their best stuff on any given day. But so many times this year, Nebraska fell just 1 run short. So if Nebraska is going to give up, early runs, Cincinnati's up 8-3 on Wake Forest in the second inning right now. Wake Forest, the higher seeded team. You think about East Carolina being up on Florida 9-0 at one point. Nebraska can't afford anything like that. I think if Nebraska gives up, 2 or 3 early runs, hypothetically, Nebraska is fine if that's all the opening punch is. But if Nebraska gets down 4, 5, 6 runs like they have before, this team's good enough to stay in the fight. It's not always good enough to come back from that far down.
Yeah, I also think Nebraska pitching is going to have to come up big again. Jackson Brockett, and the rest of that crew with Drew Christo, Luke Broderick and Ty Horn, Casey Dice, Gabe Swanson. I think they're going to have to come up big and shut those batters down and to get to Omaha.
I'm going to throw this out here to both you guys from Tommy. He has a question. It's, do you guys think Nebraska essentially playing elimination baseball for the past month gives Nebraska an edge similar to Florida last year? Is there a benefit to Nebraska having to fight so hard just to get to the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament over the last month and a half?
I don't think they've got they have nothing to, they got nothing to lose. So when you play free-spirited baseball, you don't play uptight baseball. You play freely, and I think that's what they're doing. They're going out there and they play freely. And I like to be in this position because when you're backed against the wall, it really says what type of character you have if you can come out of that corner.
Well, I like the point that Nebraska baseball is playing against Nebraska against the world baseball because they all of us accounted them out for the Big Ten tournament. We didn't never see that coming, and I bet you other teams didn't see that coming. And I like what Austin said: build that lead. Because we're not a good comeback team. If we're 2-1, it's not saying it's impossible, but we haven't did that lately. So our key to victory, like I also said, is to jump on the team, keep the lead, maintain it. Just go out there and play your game. Now, that's all, man. I think that's a good thing we have going for us. Play from behind.
Just keep it close. Stay within striking distance. Starters got to get you through 5 innings probably to feel okay about it. You're looking for 6 or 7, obviously. But to Tommy's point, on the one hand, yes, Nebraska's battle tested. It took everything Nebraska had to get to this point. Nebraska's a little bit healthier now. Max Butenbach has returned. Ty Stone, first baseman DH type, we'll have to see. All the arms should be fresh, but that can change in a hurry. And I know Nick and I saw that at the high school state tournament is, if you don't get length from your starter, that really taxes your bullpen. And the later and later you go, the more you need some pitcher to step up and be the stopgap to give your bullpen guys some sort of a day off. So I think Brockett being good early on in this one will go a long way. Ty Horn, I assume, will get the ball in game 2 would go a long way. And, the thing about the way Nebraska's been playing recently is they haven't been dominant outside of their showing really in the Big Ten tournament. I mean, they didn't sweep a single Big Ten series. They took 2 out of 3 here, 2 out of 3 there, 2 out of 3 after that, another 2 out of 3. And Nebraska's just been solid. Nebraska made up ground, quite a bit of ground, by continuing to go 2-1. But right now, you can't afford to go 2-1, 2 times, right? You won't have the chance to. There's not enough wiggle room for that. Nebraska's got to do something that it did last week in Omaha, and you just hope that, with the midweek off from the end of the Big Ten tournament on Sunday to playing here today, that Nebraska's, nerves aren't frayed, that they're not, at the end of the line have a short fuse. You hope that they just played up to their potential. And to Tommy's point, that they are in rhythm, that they do understand the stakes in front of them, and that they're more comfortable in it instead of, oh crap, we took everything we had just to get here. Now it's going to fizzle out.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they play this game 1. I think this is going to tell the tape. You want to take care of it now. You don't want to come from behind. You don't want to go down 0-1. Most of the times you go down 0-1 in a regional tournament, it usually spells doom because 2 and you're out. So you want to win early and win often and get out of there and get to Omaha.
One other question here from Scaper. What is the story if the Michigan State right fielder catches that ball? Well, there is no story. There's no story because the game's over. That only tied the game. That wasn't the walk-off. It's not like Nebraska would have had a chance in the 10th. So the story is that there is no story if Michigan State catches the ball. Old Dad 34 says, but Austin winning those series is why they're in North Carolina. Yeah, I'm not saying, to discredit Nebraska for going 2-1. They did what they had to do. Nebraska picked it up.
Yeah,
from the West Coast road swing. So yes, going 2-1 is what got them there. But you don't have that same margin for error. You can't really afford to, like VJ was saying, lose your first game against the 3 seed, base 4, and then probably get Oklahoma again. That's not an ideal situation. What Nebraska hasn't done in regionals for a long time, really since 2021, I guess, is put itself in the driver's seat in a regional where they get the 1 seed a chance to knock them off early. Nebraska hasn't done that, right? If Nebraska loses today to Oklahoma, they bounce back, they beat Holy Cross. Good. Okay, you're probably expected to do that. But just beat Oklahoma the first time. Give yourself a chance at North Carolina, and it is do or die. It's double elimination. You don't have time to mess around. 2-1 is great in the regular season. 2-1 sends you home in the postseason.
Yeah, what if?
Well, let's just say they do lose the first game to Oklahoma, and Holy Cross loses to North Carolina, then comes back and loses again. Who are they going to face? They got North Carolina.
So, no, if Nebraska loses.
Yeah, if they lose, who they play?
If Nebraska loses and Holy Cross loses, they will play Oklahoma first and then Holy Cross.
Perfect. They beat Holy Cross. Now Holy Cross is out. Now who do they face?
It depends on who wins North Carolina, Oklahoma.
My point is it's going to be a team either that's the number 5 team in the country or the team that just beat you if you lose to Oklahoma out of the gates.
Correct.
So you're trying to beat a team twice is going to be tough for this Nebraska baseball team. They need to jump on them early and get these games. I think play a defensive game. Don't get into sticks. Don't get into bats. Get into like the 5-2 games, those 6-1s, 2-0s. Those are the type of games that Nebraska seems like they win the most. Terrell.
Yeah. I think we got a chance. So I'm just gonna wait. I mean, I'm really trying to learn the game of college baseball. I don't watch college baseball like I should. I mean, I'm an MLB guy. Braves fans too. There you go.
There it is.
Kansas City sucks, but but yeah, I'm looking forward to Nebraska to playing this tournament, trying to get to the Super Regional. You know, we haven't been there in a long time, and like I said, this team needs to continue to do what they did in the postseason in the Big Ten tournament, just to keep, just beat up on the team early and just play solid baseball and finish the game off.
All right, I got a question for you guys. We beat Michigan. We're to go 4-0. We beat Michigan and do it in fantastic fashion. Do the fans storm the field?
What?
We're off baseball. If we beat Michigan in football, do the fans storm to the field if we're going to 4-0 and we upset Michigan, right? Do the fans storm the field for that game is what I'm asking you guys.
For what, an 8-5 team last year? Why?
It don't matter. We beat Michigan in years.
And this is one of the things that I have to talk about later, because if you know about storming the field, the SEC is punishing teams that storm the field $500,000. So if Nebraska want to lose out on $500,000, I know the Big Ten is probably going to make some kind of rule similar to that, but I don't think we rush the field for an 8-5 team, especially if they start off the same way they did last year. There's no need to rush the field against Michigan. I mean, it's not like they're a playoff team last year. They're 2 years away, removed from a national championship team, so that's still not a reason to rush the field.
Austin, do you rush the field as a fan?
No, absolutely not. And I would shame anyone who did. I barely understood rushing the field after Wisconsin for bowl eligibility.
Or Colorado.
Like no, just don't do it. It's not that big a deal. If you're, unranked and you beat a top 5 team and it means something, maybe, but is there really that much bad blood and animosity between Nebraska and Michigan?
Yes.
Really? I mean, you throw out 97, and that's really the extent of the history.
No, I'm not. I'm throwing the fact that Michigan has kicked us in the teeth for how many games over the last 20 years?
Does that make Michigan special? No.
It does. It makes Michigan, because it makes Michigan like the big brother and us the little brother. We can't get over the hump on how to beat our big brother.
No, it shows.
Tell that to Penn State. Tell that to Ohio State. Tell that to Minnesota. There's same sort of thing.
Hey, guys!
I think when you rush the field, you do it against you're an unranked team and you beat the number 10 team or less, or you cap off a 12-0 season going undefeated during the regular season. You don't rush the field for a probably a 3-2 Michigan team that's probably going to
3-2.
I'm just saying.
In a perfect world, both teams.
Now we got a taste of the water last year. We got a taste of going to the bowl game. There's no need to jump to do everything that we make ourselves look silly enough by the things we say and do at the University of Nebraska, because it looks like every year we get poked and made fun of. But who does it? We do it to ourselves. And rushing the field against a Wisconsin team that went 4-6 last year, or 6-7 last year, and rushing against a Colorado team that didn't make it to a bowl series. I mean, a championship series or a playoff series. Why are we rushing?
They made it to a bowl game. So what? It's Colorado. We haven't won a significant. I asked you this a couple days ago, both of y'all. When was the last time we won a significant game? You guys couldn't even tell me. In 10 years, you couldn't tell me the most significant game that Nebraska won. So if the fans want to have some fun to me and rush the field, they're going to rush it every game if they can get away with it. This ain't the SEC.
Probably 500. You're going to end up with probably $2 million worth of fines.
This is not the SEC. See, you don't think nothing. That's the SEC.
Rashawn.
What?
The Big Ten is going to follow suit. They're going to do something.
Why? Did somebody get hurt?
Well, you had a couple instances of players getting into it with fans during SEC field storms. You had a lot of trash being thrown on the field, too. I mean, interrupting games. So the SEC saying, if you're not a player or player personnel anything that you do is unsafe. It creates a condition that we don't want, so we're going to fine you for it.
Goalposts floating down the river. You mean?
Right. Stop it. Nobody's getting on the goalpost anymore. Just like when I was in Colorado. Hold up a second. When we were in Colorado and Colorado beat us, they stormed the field. Nobody from Nebraska got beat up. Not in my eye shot, and I was in the middle of the melee. So I'm saying to me,
it doesn't happen.
Yeah, but don't you got to be excited about beating a team like Michigan, who you haven't beaten since when? When was the Hail Mary? When was the last Michigan beat? When was the last time we beat Michigan? Help me out.
Probably Tommy.
That's one out of how many?
I have to go back and check the series history.
Hey, man, I would imagine.
Yeah, but you're really telling me you hate Michigan that much?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, he hates them because because of 97. He hates them.
It's not just because of 97. I've always had a disdain for Michigan. Maybe it's the red blue thing. I don't know. All I know is it started in 97, and
let's hear from Cubster on our text line. As part of the crowd that rushed at the Wisconsin game, it was exciting to do that, but end of the day, I look back grateful I got the opportunity to do it, but I think of it now as well that was a new low, rushing the field just for bowl eligibility. I'm not saying beating Michigan would be nothing. That would be a significant win for Nebraska.
Okay.
But rushing the field over it?
If they're 4-0, Nebraska
never know to rush the field. That's when you rush the field.
Nah, it's not about. I don't think it's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get on the field. Fine.
Listen, I don't think it's about at that point. It's about the fans rushing the field, right? It's about the fans wanting to be close to the players. That's what I think. And I'm not saying you rush the field for Wisconsin, but if both these teams are 4-0, you're gonna have the 30th year reunion of the 95 championship in the building. The stage is set. The coach from Michigan is saying you're such an easy game, Coach Rule and crew at Nebraska. We don't even got to bring our head coach. We can still beat you guys. So to me, with all those implications and all those side stories that's happening, it's huge. Rush the field.
Don't rush the field. All right, this is 93.7 The Ticket. This is the fastest 2 hours at radio. This is the Captain Show. We'll be right back.
Ever stare at the Hog Wild menu and feel like you just can't make up your mind because it all looks so good? Well, when I want a little bit of everything, I get a little bit of everything on Hog Wild's Smokestack Sandwich. On a butter-toasted bun, we pile on our hickory smoked beef brisket and juicy hot links. The hard part is choosing between fresh curly fries, classic baked beans, or coleslaw on the side. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Spring has arrived. The temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Out here on Nebraska's calm, welcoming waters, fishing is a breeze. It's the sweet spot where solo anglers find quiet before the catch, families reel in memories, and first-timers discover what makes fishing so special. From the Panhandle to the Platte, the best fishing happens here beneath Nebraska skies. Get started at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. This is the fastest 2 hours in radio. It is the Captain Austin in the black shirt in the building. Now, we talked about rushing the field. The SEC,
we got some text, Farley.
Yeah, I know, but let me get this out first. The SEC has increased in the fines for rushing the field or court to a flat $500,000 per incident. This new policy eliminates the previous escalating fine system, which fines started at $100,000 and increased to $500,000 for repeated offenders. The SEC has the authority to waive the fine if the visiting team and game officials are allowed to return safely to their locker room before the fans enter the playing surface. Now, why out of all the schools the SEC has done this before anybody? Because they do it the most. I mean, when they do it, they go all out and do it. They carry the field goal post downtown. Where's Vanderbilt located at? In what
Nashville.
part? Nashville, Tennessee. The goalpost goes in the river, travels. Who gets it out? You have to pay to get it out. You have to pay a fine.
I don't know. Because
you have to think about the safety of the players and the officials. I mean, we done had incidents where players bump people and knock them down. They get hurt. They want to sue. So you have to make sure that the players are out the way because we don't want to.
Basketball.
I mean, no, this is football.
It happened in football too. You had a player threw a punch at the person who to the player's defense to some degree was in their face, but it could have been prevented. I don't even care about the field storming. It sounds like fun, but here's what the text line is saying. Old Dad 34. We do not rush the field unless we win something special. In my opinion, that's not Michigan. Bill and Bennett says Michigan did steal Ernest Hausman from us, but how about we worry about the Bearcats first? And Phil says, come on, Vershawn. I know it's been a while for this fan base, but we should act like we've been there before. Going 4-0, even against Michigan, is not field storming worthy.
Yeah. In 2022.
You haven't been there. You haven't been there. You haven't. They're 1 year away from being a defending champions whenever you get through. They've won more championships than we have in the last 15 years, 20 years.
One.
It's more than what we've done in the last 20 years. I mean, I'm just simply saying, okay, all right.
Here's why you don't rush the field.
Stop for a second. Let me finish. The coach in me would say, don't storm the field at all. Expect this. The fan in me, if I'm sitting in them stands and I've sat through countless Michigan throttles and we beat Michigan, you best believe Rod Wilson will probably be in the building. There'll probably be some celebs in the building I'm talking about Michigan celebs, that is. I think why not? Tell me why not? If we beat Michigan, handily, I just think that to me that's us turning the corner.
You don't. Here's why I don't want Nebraska to do it. Now you're bringing alcohol into the stadium. You've seen how people act with alcohol. That's one reason why you don't do it. In 2022, Tennessee fans stormed the field after ending a 15-game losing streak to Alabama. But things became congested, and some of the Crimson Tide players were trapped. A video surfaced of a Tide player thrusting his arm towards a woman's head as she tried to get off the field. That's one reason. Last year, Vanderbilt beat Alabama at home, triggering fans to rush the field, tear down the goalposts, parade them to Cumberland Land River. The Commodores were fined $100,000 per SEC policy. That money went to Alabama, which also received $100,000 for a incident after a loss at Tennessee last year. Vanderbilt got fined twice more last basketball season, which of course cost them $500,000. Now, and like I said, alcohol is going to play a big role in it. I mean, if you think they tailgate and alcohol is a effect, just wait till you start selling this stuff in the stadium. And like I said, this is Nebraska's first year doing this. What kind of limit do we have on them? How many drinks can a fan get at one time? How many drinks can you? I mean, are you going to be able to stop them if you see them liberated or kind of tipsy? Do you cut them off? That's the thing I'm saying, though. We're doing a lot of stuff in the first year that we need to watch what we're doing. And rushing the field is not going to be a great idea to some teams, especially the Michigan team, because those guys fight back. You seen them with Ohio State.
Nobody talking about rushing the Michigan players. They're going to be trying to hurry up and get off the field.
But if you're not going to give them a chance to get off the field, you're rushing the field. I mean, that's what you do. If you're going to rush the field, you're not giving. I mean, you barely gave Colorado enough time to get off the field. Luckily, Shedeur left early.
Right, wasn't nothing happened to Shedeur anyway. I'm going to agree with you. Since you put the alcohol in the situation, you're right. We shouldn't rush the field. You're right. As if alcohol ain't been there before. How many times they rushed the field last year? 20 plus times?
Who?
How many people got hurt? Just in general.
Again, I mean, Farley's argument is about the alcohol and whatnot. I think that's certainly valid. But I think what the text line is trying to say is the game itself isn't big enough. It's just another stepping stone.
I don't, but I'm not. I sometimes I agree with the text line. This time I don't. I think when you haven't beat a team like Michigan, when a team has dominated you in the conference that you played in for this is the only conference some people only know. So you haven't got a win. You got one win over Michigan in 10 years. I'm about to look up. Please look up the stats.
Okay, but here's from Foley's example, though. Tennessee snapped a 15-game losing streak to Alabama. There's a lot more historical animosity between those two schools than Nebraska and Michigan. I'm not saying there's no history with Nebraska and Michigan. I'm saying Tennessee, Alabama, there's much more there than Michigan, Nebraska.
Okay, here we go.
If Tennessee had beaten Alabama with Nick Saban, they would have rushed the field.
All right, I don't have an exact number, but I can tell you this. Oklahoma fans rushed the field against Alabama on November 23rd. Vanderbilt fans rushed the field after defeating Alabama. Oklahoma fans did run on the field with under a minute remaining in the game. Texas and LSU were fined for fans throwing debris on field during a loss. University of Houston fans also rushed the field after a victory over Florida State.
Was that the first game of the season or something? You talking about the same Florida State that won one game? I'm not talking about them guys. I don't think Austin, do you actually think for 1 second that Michigan can have a top 5-7 recruiting class and you think they're going to be in the gutter of the Big Ten?
I don't think they're going to be in the gutter, but I think they're going to be in a similar range that they were last year. I think 8-4 is probably about where I project Michigan, and I don't think you rush the field for being an 8-4 team.
They're not 8-4 at the time that we're going to rush the field. That last year is over with. Why are we talking about last year? It's over. I'm saying in a perfect in a perfect world, if both teams are 4-0 going into this game or 3-0, whatever it is, they're undefeated. And we win the game. To me, that's the biggest game that we've won, to me, in the last 10, 15 years.
Beating Michigan to get to 3-0 would be worth more than beating Wisconsin to go to a bowl game?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, hold up, Terrell. We hold on, because I think Austin's going somewhere with this. Yes, you know why I say that, Austin?
Please explain.
Well, you went to a bowl game and you played a Boston College football team that was similar in record to you. Okay, we got to a bowl game. Biggie wow. I appreciate going to a bowl game. But when you are mid-season, not even mid-season, first part of the season, and you can get the biggest win that you've had in arguably 2 coaches' careers. So that's our current coach, and that's Scott Frost as well. Arguably. I think that's bigger because that catapults you. You get a win over Michigan, those guys start believing. They start saying to themselves, if we can beat Michigan, I don't care if they was 8-4, it's still Michigan.
I would say the win that Tommy Armstrong led Nebraska to over Oregon would be a bigger win than beating Michigan this year.
What? Why? Tell me why.
Same concept. Same exact concept. Coming off the year that Nebraska had, right? They won a bowl game at the end of the year. You bring a ranked Oregon team into Lincoln. You beat them. There's a springboard. I think Oregon, the year before was better than Michigan was last year. I think that was a flashy school at the time. They had their head coach, made some bad decisions. But I think with everything that the program had gone through the previous year and the close losses, I really think that ranked win over Oregon at home meant more than I think a win over Michigan would mean this year.
What did we finish as far as rank goes? And was that early in the season?
That Oregon game?
Yes.
That was the final non-conference game. That was the year that Nebraska ended up playing Tennessee in Nashville.
Okay, so perfect. So we're talking about a non-con game compared to a conference game.
We're talking about a ranked team versus a team that probably won't be ranked.
Well, I would imagine that Michigan is going to be probably close to preseason ranked than we will. They'll be ranked higher than us.
But I don't think they'll be. I don't think they'll be ranked.
Y'all talked about coming out of the gates. Don't they play Oklahoma early? Huh?
I don't know.
Yes. Michigan
You know
plays
how many
Oklahoma early, right? That's the big ta-da that the coach wants to go and coach against his alma mater or whatever the case may be.
New Mexico at Oklahoma, Central Michigan, and then Nebraska. Oklahoma beats Michigan. That's on the table. That's on the table. I think it's on the table in Norman. Yeah, I think if Oklahoma beats Michigan, then there's absolutely no way that Nebraska rushes the field.
No way. I do not see that Oklahoma football team and Brent Venables beat Michigan, period.
Not even with a new quarterback?
No, not even. What do you think Michigan's got?
He's a freshman.
He's a freshman phenom. And they got
you know how good he is.
Yeah, nobody knows how good he is.
Listen to me. If
how many
good
teams
enough,
you think rushed the field last year? How many games? How many games?
7.
No.
5.
No.
3.
No.
2.
No.
1.
Up.
13.
No.
25.
20. 20 games where teams rushed the field. Nebraska, Colorado, Illinois, Kansas, Washington State, Washington State, San Jose State, Boston College, Michigan State, Duke, North Carolina, Arkansas, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Alabama, Washington, Michigan, Minnesota, UCLA, Oregon State, Colorado, LSU, Ole Miss, Oregon, Ohio State, Arizona State, Utah, Georgia Southern versus Marshall, Illinois, Purdue, Tennessee, Alabama, Illinois, Michigan, Maryland, USC.
My point, yeah, that's a lot of games. My point is, how many of them got hurt? That's what I'm saying. How many of the players got hurt during those 20 times that they rushed the field? How many times they get hurt?
It doesn't matter. Stay off the field.
I mean, if that's the rules, that's the rules. But I think storming the field, nothing's wrong with it, especially if you've been getting punched in the mouth your whole life. And then all of a sudden you get a chance to do the punching in the mouth. Listen, let your people, let them lift you up on their shoulders.
All right, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Captain Show. We are powered
by
Bauer
Infrastructure.
Bauer
Underground.
Brad
Excavating.
Yeah, we're going to say this when Bob get back. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Make sure you tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
It pays to participate in LES Peak Rewards. You can earn a $25 gift card when you enroll your qualified smart thermostat in the program. Help curb electric demand and sign up today at les.com/peak rewards.
Your Nebraska Lottery announces the 2025 NASCAR Powerball Playoff. And it's a great way to get on track for a chance to win $1,000. From May 27th to June 23rd, buy $2 of Powerball, enter the voucher number online, and you could be one of 20 winners of $1,000 and a chance to win a VIP trip to the NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Roar into any Nebraska lottery retailer and buy $2 of Powerball today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing. Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light and variable winds. Afternoon high near 82. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, a low around 56. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers and storms in the afternoon. Otherwise, mainly sunny with light winds and a high near 88. I'm meteorologist Kyle Husker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The weekend is here, and you and the boys need a place to hang out after your day on the golf course. Lucky for you, that place exists at Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill in South Lincoln. The 19th hole at the course is great, but it doesn't have 30 TVs showing all sports with 23 beers on tap. You can enjoy all of that at Liquid Assets, as well as delicious smash burgers, wings, and much more. Don't end your hangout after the golf round ends. Get to Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill at 2755 Jamie Lane.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back. Gonna read some of these messages right here.
Gotta unmute yourself, VJ. There you go.
All right, gonna read some of these texts in right here. B. Joe says there shall be no rushing the field after we beat Michigan. Phil says, I can't believe the words coming out of your mouth, VJ. Why would you want Michigan to think that beating them is worth storming the field? We need to treat them like a program that would have gotten smoked if we actually played them in 97. Don't give them the level of respect or credibility. They are cheaters.
Oh, my gosh. You better respect Michigan. Stop it.
VJ, you are wrong, brother. Sorry, but I will always have your back, but not this time.
It's okay, man. Sometimes I got to be the bad guy, too. I'm the bad guy because I just think that Michigan, that's a big game. That's a huge game. They coming to Nebraska. They're coming in disrespectful. Hold on. They're coming in disrespectful. There's so many things that we can hang our hat on in this game that I think this will be the pivotal moment in the career of Coach Rule and those young Nebraska football players. They'll remember that moment for a lifetime. It's about moments. And that's a moment, I think, if they're both 3-0, they remember that moment in a lifetime, because I would imagine whoever wins that game, if they're not ranked, they will be ranked after that.
Why would you
Why would you what?
I don't know. Imagine Duke storming the field. Thought they were supposed to be smarter.
I'm going to say this one more time. You haven't had a signature win in two coaches' career here. You don't count Mickey and beating Iowa. That's your signature win. Your interim coach got your best win in 10 years. Your interim coach. So to me, to beat Michigan at home in front of everyone, to me is huge, because we have not done it. The last time we played Michigan, what was the score? Austin, I know you know.
35 to 35 to 3
like
or
45 to 7.
Yeah.
I think they scored.
Come on. Think about that for a second.
Here's the reason why I won't rush the field against Michigan. Here's the reason why. Shamar Moore is an 8-5 coach last year. 8-5 record. There's no more Jim Harbaugh there. So, you know, there's no reason for me to rush the field because I'm an 8-5 coach. You know.
You keep going back to an 85 coach. I'm saying that everything goes right for both teams. They get past the cream puffs. You know, they get past Oklahoma and the rest of their cream puff schedule to get to Nebraska, and we get to Michigan, and we're both 3-0. I'm setting the stage. I think we should both be 3-0 at that stage, don't you? Do you guys agree that we should both be 3-0?
Probably. Yeah.
Well,
Again, I'm not as out on Oklahoma as you are, but I think 3-0 is on the table for both sides.
Okay. Michigan had a down year, but they're going to bounce back. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. It's Michigan. He'll be if he goes 8-5 again. You think you have a job?
Probably not, or on the hot seat.
Or they keep him around because there might be more NCAA stuff coming around, so they keep their fall guy around until they can fire him. Then they go start over.
That too. I'm just simply saying there's a lot of pressure on Michigan, and then your favorite linebacker is a senior, right?
My favorite linebacker now is Vincent Schaefer's.
No. We're talking about the guy who you about. Thank you.
He's a junior.
Junior.
Let's not try to play like that wasn't your guy. You cried when he left.
I didn't cry. I was disappointed.
Yeah, I know you cried when he left. It's okay to cry, black shirt. I'm simply saying that Ernest Hausman, as a senior now,
junior,
comes back to Nebraska as a starter. One of their starters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year.
Well. To me, that's something to prove, brother. You left Nebraska. We can't let you win. So you can say you came back to Nebraska and beat us? No, we can't let you win. That's why I told you that the players have to take more of a personal responsibility to not get beat. They got to say, man, this dude left Nebraska. They got to be more in tune on the guys that they're playing. Now,
how many guys you think played against Ernest Hausman on offense? Probably 2 or 3. Dylan didn't. Emmett didn't. The receivers didn't. Ja'Cory Bonnie didn't. Who?
Well, Jaden Wright was there.
Teddy Pohosky.
He was there. Cochran was there.
That's 2.
Lutovsky was there.
3.
You know, I'm not. It's not even about that. I'm talking about this is a great storyline. All these are storylines that to get fired up and to beat Michigan and punch them in the mouth. So we need to get to basketball after this, Terrell. We'll get. I'm off that. If they rush the field, I don't care either way. Doesn't bother me.
You're gonna be out there rushing the field with your boot on.
As long. No. I told you.
You're going to be mad when they rush the field and push you out the way and hurt your leg. So, hey, yeah, rush the field and knock the captain down. 93.7 the ticket. We'll be right back.
Your Nebraska Lottery announces the 2025 NASCAR Powerball Playoff. And it's a great way to get on track for a chance to win $1,000. From May 27th to June 23rd, buy $2 of Powerball, enter the voucher number online, and you could be one of 20 winners of $1,000 and a chance to win a VIP trip to the NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Roar into any Nebraska Lottery retailer and buy $2 of Powerball today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light and variable winds. Afternoon high near 82. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, below around 56. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers and storms in the afternoon. Otherwise, mainly sunny with light winds and a high near 88. I'm meteorologist Kyle Husker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing. Make sure you tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
Jumpstart your summer to the max. Walk into any Max Tan in Lincoln and get a $5 standing tan session or a $5 red light wellness booth session. Your summer tan starts today with $5 sessions at Max Tan with 3 Lincoln locations.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown.
Husker Hall of Famer Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Yeah. 93.7 the ticket.
We're back. All right, let's talk about it. Last night, the New York Knicks beat the Indiana Pacers pretty bad there. Jalen Brunson had a good game. Let me get to it. Right here.
Lackluster game from Halliburton. Indiana Pacers looked like they played with no energy, like they wanted to do it on their home court. That's what it looked like to me. I could be wrong. But how does Halliburton have 8 points in 32 minutes? So I don't know. I'm not saying that they took the day off, but it didn't look like they had much energy. It looked like, to me, New York from start to finish wanted the game more than they did. And I just think that they wanted to get back to Indiana to close it out.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Plus, in New York played at home. So they that's a must-win game, and you still have another game to go in Indiana before you force a Game 7. Jalen Brunson had 32 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Karl Anthony Towns had 24 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists. It just was an all-out effort. I mean, you had 4 guys who was in double digits for the double score digits for the New York Knicks. And like I said, like you said, the Pacers came out flat. There's no way you're going to win a game when your leading scorer is struggling. So you have to go. You know, he was only 2 for 7, so 32 minutes. I think they was saving him for game 6 that's coming up. Nobody scored over 15 points for this whole team in the game. I mean, you got 5 starters out there, 8 points from Hilleberg, 6 from the other guy, 5 from Miles Turner. Aaron Naismith, 3 points. Sakeem, he had 15. So, and that was on 5 or 13 shooting. So that was a bad night for the Pacers. And hopefully Saturday they're gonna try to save all their energy and try to go close it out in Indiana.
I think that's what's gonna happen. So
I saw this from a guy I follow on Twitter, Matt Moore. He's a Denver-based NBA writer. He tweeted out a couple things I think really sum up, I guess, my thoughts on this. History said that the team's down 3-1 win Game 5 to push it to 6. History says that the team up 3-2 closes it in Game 6. That doesn't have to happen, but last night was pretty predictable in terms of series flow instead of needing to be a referendum on Tyrese Halliburton. Here's the next tweet then. Halliburton had a bad game. He's still learning to shift his approach, which sometimes takes players like him until they're just slightly older. If he's better in Game 6, they probably win. If his teammates are better in Game 6, they probably win. If they're both as bad as they were, then it goes 7. Tyrese Halliburton does just disappear sometimes, right? I don't think he's comfortable being that alpha number 1 go-to scorer every night. When he has it going, when he's cooking, sure, he can do it. But there are nights that Tyrese Halliburton just is not a number 1 scoring option for the Indiana Pacers. So then when Siakam goes 5 of 13, when Turner's not hitting, when Neesmith isn't hitting, and even, Nembhard, McConnell, guys like that, not making the same impact, guys like that play up. Their impact is higher when the Stars' impact is higher as well. So that's just who Tyrese Halliburton is. If this is who he continues to be in terms of the, 1 or 2 games on, 1 game off sort of rhythm, then he's going to max out as an all-star, maybe a third-team All-NBA guy. But if there's another step in Tyrese Halliburton where he has, maybe it's 1 clunker a series, or maybe it's, 1 clunker a month instead of 1 clunker a series, that's when you're talking about Tyrese Halliburton as a, legitimate perennial All-NBA guy. I don't think we learned a whole lot last night.
Well, here's the deal, Austin. He was 2 for 7. So he took 7 shots. You remember Kobe Bryant taking 20, 30 shots. He took 7.
That should be the standard we hold him to.
To that basketball team, Halliburton is Kobe, though. He's the best basketball player they got on the team.
But yeah, but they don't ask him to do the same thing as Kobe. He needs to be in attack mode more. He needs to learn how to take over. But Tyrese Halliburton is never going to have that same Mamba, late game takeover clutch edge as Kobe does, right? Sure, he hit a couple buzzer beaters. Yeah, he's the best player on the team. But you can't tell me that Nikola Jokic and Tyrese Halliburton and let's keep going, Jason Tatum or Luka Doncic or guys like that. None of those guys play the same way. Giannis doesn't play the same way as Tyrese Halliburton. There's not a one-size-fits-all approach for superstars. That's what makes Indiana so fascinating, is that they've done a good job building around their best player and their weaknesses in pretty much every player's game. If there's not a true consistent weakness, you're a top 15 player of all time. That's not Tyrese Halliburton. So for Indiana, yes, Tyrese Halliburton needs to improve his deficiencies, right? I'm not going to say he doesn't need to do that. But I think for them, it's more managing them, seeing if you can make the lows not quite as low and make sure that the highs continue for longer stretches of play.
Well, we'll get back on the screen. I want to talk to you for a second, not Terrell, since you made the point. Okay. So I think there is a kind of one-shot method. You know what that one-shot method is? It's make a bucket in the hoop. It's take more than 7 shots. Even at 7 shots, do they win the game if he made all 7 of them? So no. If you only can make exactly. So Halliburton's got to take more shots. Period.
But that's not who he is. That's not who he is. His team has been so successful with him orchestrating, right? You think about a guy
did he score 30-some points last game?
Because they gave him more opportunities to shoot, because he was more aggressive, all of the above, right? Playoffs are adjustments, right? And that's just who Tyrese Halliburton is. He takes games off as a scorer for whatever reason. It's inexplicable, right? If he wants to be that headline-defining star, I agree. He needs to take more than 7 shots. But right now, that's not who Tyrese Halliburton is as a player. He's not going to be a guy who just forces up shots because he wants to fit the mold of what everyone else thinks a superstar is. Indiana didn't get him to go take 25 shots in a closeout game 5. That's not why they like him. They like him because if the team's objective is to put the ball in the bottom of the net, Tyrese Halliburton is one of the best in the league at keeping systems running on time and setting up his teammates to be those guys who make shots, right? That's what makes them so hard, is that anyone can beat them. It's not Luka Doncic in Dallas-esque. It's not, Giannis right now in Milwaukee-esque, where you're asking one guy to carry so much load and you're going to take the most shots on the team. Tyrese Halliburton is cool not being his team's leading scorer. That doesn't mean he's not their most important player.
Okay, so remember before when I said Tyrese, the last game he had, 32 points, 12 rebounds, 15 dimes. Okay. The game before that, 20 points. He shot it 15 times. He shot it 16 times. He shot it 23 times. He shot it 15 times. He only shot it 7 times in the game. That's a head scratcher. You think for
it's
1
not.
second,
Tyrese Halliburton, it's not.
They will not win, even if they get past New York Knicks. They will not win the championship against OKC and what's his name? SBK? What's his name?
SGA.
SGA. They will not beat SGA in the OKC Thunder if Halliburton does not play well day in and day out.
I can't agree more. But playing well for Tyrese Halliburton isn't taking 20 shots every day. Playing well for Tyrese Halliburton looks different. That's what makes him so fun.
But it's taken at least 10.
Maybe.
There's no maybe, according to the stats.
The Pacers' record in games that Tyrese Halliburton takes fewer than 10 shots, because he is one of the rare players that I think can still impact a game despite, not shooting double-digit times. Again, I think your general point is right. Yes, Tyrese Halliburton needs to shoot more. But I also think it's going to be easier to teach him to shoot more than to tell, another type of superstar to shoot less and trust the talent around you.
Well, how about this? How about he hit his averages? How about that? How about give us 18.6, 3.5 rebounds, and 10 dimes a game?
Well, that's why it's an average, because you don't get it every night. New York's a good team too. They loaded up to stop him defensively. They took him out of it offensively. They made other players beat him, and they didn't. So now, how does Rick Carlisle adjust? That's going to be the story of Game 6.
Yeah, well, like I said before, Halliburton's got to play well for them to have any success. If he plays bad, I don't think they win.
Well, I have some of the prices for the seating at the Indiana game this weekend. Floor seats going at $12,000. Another floor seat going at $13,000. Another one at 11. 11. 8,000. 11,000. 9,000. 8,000. And these are for floor seats right here, Austin. And it looks like this game's not sold out. What they call this, the lower levels seats. 2,000, 1,800, 600 for the corner ones. So, you know, this game is still very much alive. Can Indiana close it out? Sure they can. Does New York have a shot? I think they do. I think if Brunson continue to play like this and Karl Anthony Towns finally has a good road game, watch out. This could be a Game 7, and this could swing the Knicks' way. So, you know, you never say never in the game of basketball because you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, it sounds like even in baseball, you never say never. So look at Nebraska.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I'm waiting.
All right. I wanted to talk to y'all about this. This has been going around in the media lately. Nebraska fans, some of them are upset because there are no longer entry. You cannot go out the stadium anytime and come in. Now, I know halftime, a lot of people like to go out and take a drag or two of their cigarettes. Me, I'm a cigar smoker. I like to go out and hit my BLK berry and come back in the game. But now they're saying you can't leave it off. VJ, how do you feel about that rule?
Ask me one more time. Let me, because I don't want to answer it that way. Let me think of it.
Nebraska has made a rule up that fans are not able to leave the game, period, unless they're going for good. There will be no re-entry into the game like there usually is after halftime.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. Well, they don't have to leave now because you got booze and beer in the stadium. So they're saying ain't gonna be no leaving. We don't know what you're capable of. We don't know how drunk you are when you walk out of here and then walk back in. I don't know.
Like just buy a beer in the fourth quarter and drink it and go home. Yeah, that's what you're saying, huh?
Well, you said once they leave, they can't. Once they get in, they can't leave at halftime like everybody.
I mean, you can leave, but you can't come back in the game.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Why would you leave then? They're making you stick around and get some drinks.
I mean, for me, I like to go out at halftime to hit my cigar. It's like a 3.5 hour game. I mean, I know it sounds corny or crazy, but you know, that's just me. I mean, I see people out there who goes out and take a drag or two of their cigarette and go right back in. I'm just asking the question.
Well, I mean, it's good. I think all the cigarette smokers of the world and cigar smokers got to wait for the game to be over, and then you go get your fix.
Austin?
I have a halfway kind of compromise. It's not going to make everyone happy, but what if the people who are allowed to go out at halftime and re-enter are the ones that paid for tailgate space? The ones that, he wrote the University Electra check, right, for a spot there in the loop, or, have a tailgate close. They get a special wristband. They say, you know what? Yep, you paid us a little extra, so we'll let you go out, get your own food and drink. You get to come back in. But otherwise, I do think that's exactly the reason that they went away from re-entry, is because they are selling alcohol in the stadium now. If they have the chance to make people buy a beer if they really want one that bad instead of just drinking one they brought from home, yeah, I mean, it's a good business move. Is it a big deal if people go out and come back in? No, it's an extra headache, right, to try to, get them back in. I'm sure for some people, right, I'm sure there are issues. If someone has a little too much outside the stadium at halftime, probably don't necessarily want to let them back in. There's good to letting people exit. There's some headaches that come with the re-entry part of it. Overall, I guess I've never left a game at halftime just to come back in, so I don't understand the need or the desire to walk out at halftime. I'll stand in my seat, I'll stretch, maybe walk around the concourse, and yes, I know it would get crowded, but I guess since I've never seen the reason to leave. I think we can make it as simple as possible on the stadium staff and just keep things as streamlined as possible. I just said, okay, you got a ticket, you're in or you're out. You can't be in and out unless you're one of, like a couple thousand exceptions is all for tailgaters there in that loop.
Yeah, you're at like 80,000 people going out to take a smoke. It's only a handful of them. Bill and Bennett says, I feel the re-entry law is targeting the smokers.
It is.
And
I don't know. Listen, hold up. They might have a section for smokers, right? Like I think in Kansas City, they've got like a little section over here where you can go out these doors right here and go smoke and not be outside of the stadium, but you're outside. So maybe they do that as kind of a a mid ground for the people that smoke that want to go take a smoke. But I mean, at the end of the day, you're there for the football game. So they want to keep you engaged in football and buying beers and watching football and buying souvenirs and jerseys.
All right, 0283 says, I don't like it because if the weather turns bad, you won't get to go get your coat or a raincoat. You can't do that.
Sorry, come prepared.
There you go. My mom always said, you can't take off what you don't have. So dress in layers and know the weather.
Sanderson says it's a tobacco-free campus.
So then there's no smoking anyway. So that's what
go over there across the street from the stadium and take a couple of drags and come right back in.
Is that campus, Austin?
Yeah, it's an on-campus stadium.
No, I'm saying he said across the street from the stadium. Is that campus across the street?
Well, right across the street is the parking garage,
which would be the Champions Club, which would be still part of the stadium,
which is campus.
Yeah,
I break rules.
You have to go over the bridge,
just
toward the North Bottoms, or keep walking.
Yeah,
when you get past the parking garage.
Yeah.
So by the time you have your cigarette and walk back,
third quarter.
Game's ready. The game's already going. Now you're the guys that come in late after the game started, and we sitting down in the cramped seats, and now we all got to stand up because you late coming back.
Coming from a guy who never sat in the seats at a game his entire life, probably since he was 15 or 16.
I've sat in the seats in the game. I know when the older people say down in front, that means sit down. That means they can't see. Okay? Because back in the day, when I did sit in the stands, now can I sit in the stands now? Absolutely not. I'd rather stand up the whole game. Or be up top where I can see and I'm out of the elements just in case they storm the field. But come on.
Yeah. I think it's a terrible idea. I mean, I don't know. You got to figure out something for the other people. On the other hand, what's the concession people, Aramark or something?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have Runza and the hot dogs, Nathan's back. Not Nathan's, but what they call them, Fairbury. Mm-hmm. I like the Nathan hot dogs.
Well, that's not what they sell.
They used to sell Nathan hot dogs at the stadium.
So somebody
right now. So
yeah,
my whole life it's been Fairbury.
Been Nathan too.
No,
Fairbury's the red ones. Nathan's are the brown ones.
Yep.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, now they're bringing them back with the new concession. Runza will be their hometown hero, and the other kind of hot dogs that Austin likes.
Is Wingstop in the building too?
No,
I don't know.
Wingstop is not in the building.
Who's all in the building? What other food service places?
Well, it's Aramark, what they provide, their kind of routine stuff. There's Val's, there's Runza, and there's Fairbury hot dogs.
So, but Aramark does a good job with the liquor, I think. That's why I got you. Okay.
No liquors, booze.
It's beer and booze.
I don't think it's liquor. I just think it's beer, ain't it?
No, on the little concourse floors, I think you can get cocktails and stuff. Do you know? Is that to be true? I'm gonna have to look that up.
All right, this is 93.7 The Ticket. When I come back, I got a question for my guys, but I'll go ahead and give you now. What's your 5 reasons to be excited about Nebraska football in 2025? If you know it, type your 5. I'm going to ask Austin and VJ this when we come back, only on the Captain Show 93.7 The Ticket.
Jumpstart your summer to the max. Walk into any Max Tan in Lincoln and get a $5 standing tan session or a $5 red light wellness booth session. Your summer tan starts today with $5 sessions at Max Tan with 3 Lincoln locations.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage, 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Select Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
It pays to participate in LES Peak Rewards. You can earn a $25 gift card when you enroll your qualified smart thermostat in the program. Help curb electric demand and sign up today at les.com/peak rewards.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, You can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
The weekend is here, and you and the boys need a place to hang out after your day on the golf course. Lucky for you, that place exists at Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill in South Lincoln. The 19th hole at the course is great, but it doesn't have 30 TVs showing all sports with 23 beers on tap. You can enjoy all of that at Liquid Assets, as well as delicious smash burgers, wings, and much more. Don't end your hangout after the golf round ends. Get to Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill at 2755 Jamie Lane.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket. Now, I had a question for everybody in Captain Land and Ticket Nation in Austin and VJ. My question was, what's your 5 reasons to be excited about Nebraska football in 2025?
You want me to tackle it first or second? I'll go second. Go ahead, Austin.
I just said, VJ, go first. It's your show.
Okay, perfect. No problem, sir. I'm ready to go. Believe me. I think number one, you got to look at the strong community and the legacy of Nebraska football, that Nebraska is more than just like football. It's more than football. Game days is a celebration. It's alumni coming back, the students, the residents. You know what I mean? This is something that is passed down through generations. My grandson is a Husker. He knows nothing about football, but he loves the Huskers because his grandfather's a Husker. I think number two, you got to look at the history and the success of Nebraska football, not of the last 10, 15 years, but of the whole conglomerate, what makes us a blue blood program. You got to look at the 5 championships, Coach Devaney, Coach Osborne. You talk about stability. And then hats off to the fans who have sold out every game that since I've been alive. How about I say that? Number 3, I think you got to look at Nebraska being one of the best game day atmospheres in the country. The Sea of Red. Where you going to find that at? Where you going to go where Nebraska football fans, win, lose, or draw, 1, are going to be in a good mood most of the times. 2, are going to show up in the droves. Might leave a little early, but they're going to show up. Number 4, I think Nebraska football has ties to so many different families and traditions that is so deeply tied, that's passed down from generation to generation of people who love Nebraska football. And last but not least, I think Nebraska fans, and I think with us former players, is hope and perseverance. That at some point, we're going to turn the program around and we'll go back to where we once were.
All right. Not really the answers I wanted, but go ahead, Austin.
Number 1 for me is Dylan Raiola and Dana Holgerson for a full year. I think that combination has potential to really spark some things for the Nebraska football offense. Along with that, number 2, wide receiver core. Nebraska's done a good job getting receivers out of the transfer portal pretty much every year. Nebraska's most productive players and the biggest bang for the buck, whatever it is you want to call it, have come in the receiver room, right? Dane Key looks solid, and Isaiah Hunter certainly offers some potential. And then the rest of the receivers that are back behind him, right? Ja'Cory Barney with another year, the young crop of freshmen or sophomores that we haven't seen a whole lot of, Demetrius Bell coming off an injury. I think that the offensive coordinator quarterback combo is going to be fun. I think there's a lot of weapons for them to throw to. I think Mike Eckler, right? That's the guy that gives you juice for Nebraska football. He's got a lot of work ahead of him, right? To make Nebraska special teams a respectable unit. Once again, if he's able to do anything more than bring them back to respectability, that could certainly go a long way for the team. Now, that positive energy that it seems infectious, right? The players all seem to have good things to say about him from what we've heard. The coaching staff certainly making his return to Lincoln. Hopefully it goes well in the second stint. I would say the combination of Riley Van Poppel and Keona Davis on that defensive line for Nebraska, there's a lot of potential there. I wouldn't say Nebraska fans should expect those two guys to step in and completely fill the shoes of Nash Huntmaker and Ty Robinson on that defensive line. Even Jamari Butler, what he was able to do at times, MJ Sherman when he showed up. But I think that there's a lot of potential in what we saw from Keona Davis in the 12 games he played last year. Riley Van Poppel saved a year of eligibility by redshirting, but a lot of people were excited about what he brought to the table. So I think a full year's worth of playing time and full snaps for those two could be exciting. And the schedule, right? It's not a cakewalk by any means, but it's also not murderer's row. I think that if Nebraska is going to take another step forward from the 6-6 regular season and 7-6 season overall that it had last year, there are going to be opportunities there for Nebraska to prove that it can handle the rigors of a Big Ten schedule and come out, with more wins than losses, because it's been a while since Nebraska's done that. It's not like I said, not a cakewalk of a schedule. We got plenty of speed bumps in there. And if Nebraska does get to, 7, 8, 9 wins, it will have earned them, right? It's not going to be like Nebraska sleptwalk to it. They played a bunch of nobodies. No, there's legitimate meat on the bones here. So I think that a good, solid, 8-4 plus year would give Husker fans enough reason to say, yeah, you know what? This was another step forward. It's a step in the right direction, even if it's not perfect. We didn't just beat up on nobodies. We took a pretty solid Big Ten schedule, did our best with it. Now let's see what 2026 holds.
All right. That was good, Austin. Now I'm going to give you my 5. For me, it's Dana Holgerson. Fully at the helm at the beginning of the season instead of 2 games out. Number 2 for me is Mike Eckler, strong special team coach, really gets involved with the players. Having a big return game is special for us this year because we haven't seen a punt or a kickoff return back for a long time. Number 3 for me, Emmitt Smith. He's finally a starter.
What?
Emmitt Smith. Emmett Johnson.
Would love to have prime Smith, though. Don't get me wrong.
I wish his name was not Emmett. I wish it was just something else, because when you say Emmett, it always reminds you of Emmitt Smith. If you're going to say Emmitt Smith, but Emmett Johnson, I think he's finally a starter. We get to see what he can do at the beginning of the game, middle of the game, and at the end of the game, catching out the backfield. It's exciting to see what this young man can do, as he's finally a full-time starter now at the University of Nebraska. Number 4 for me is transfer players. Like you said, Dane Key, Willie Neoli Hunter, the linebackers in the middle, the DBs, especially McCullum from OU, to see what these guys can do with the so-called 9th-ranked transfer portal class. Number 5 for me, my last one, is the new linebackers. You see these guys. Now you have some guys that can move. You have some guys that can blitz. You have a good core of linebackers here. Let's see what these guys can do. Turn them loose. Let's see if they can. Are they really the total package that we've been looking for? What you mean?
No. I was saying, my 5 was because you're giving people a reason to play. But if you was just talking X's and O's, I mean, my number 1 would be coaching. Are we going to be a team that'll stick with a guy even though he's struggling? Or are we going to put the younger guy in the game? Number 2 to me is Dylan Raiola. I think the way he plays is the way we're going to go. If he plays lights out football, I think this would be a phenomenal year for everybody involved. Number 3 would be the offensive line. The way if they keep it together up front, the sky's the limit. Number 4, I agree with you, special teams. Special players make special plays on special teams, and we haven't seen that in a long time. So you're right, Eckler's got his job cut out. But the 5th for me, and not least, of course, would be team camaraderie. When your teammate makes a big-time play, do the entire team get excited? Or is it just 1 or 2 guys? So it's team camaraderie, and those guys taking over the team and making it their own. That's their team. It's the coaches, they coach it, but that's those guys that's playing. That's their team.
All right. Now, my next topic I got for you guys. Nebraska fans are not happy about the Michigan game kickoff time at 2:30, which is the primetime game. They want the night primetime game. Should we be picky about what time we play, even though it's a national televised game on CBS?
Who cares?
Yeah, that's what I say. As long as you're on TV, you get the steals. You know, it's a CBS game, and this is a 2:30 game, which is 3:30 down south, and you know that's when the good games start coming on. The night games. You know, you have a couple of good games at the 12 o'clock, but the best game starts at 2:30 and 6 o'clock at night.
I think that's weird framing for Husker fans to be mad at it because you know what you got into with the TV partners, right? With the Fox, CBS, and NBC contracts now for the Big Ten. If you play at 11 a.m. on Fox, you're going to be a big deal. That's a highlight game for the Big Ten. If you play at 2:30 on CBS, you're going to be a big deal. That is the highlight game of the afternoon, right? The CBS, it didn't get the SEC back. It got the Big Ten. So it says, you know what? We lost our 2:30 SEC game. We're going to pour our resources into propping up this game. And then NBC, right? No, it's not ESPN, ABC, 7 or 8 o'clock, but 6 p.m. on NBC. Just think, I mean, that's a slot that sometimes goes to Notre Dame. And they have their own, network, their own stuff going on. So for the fans that are upset about it, that to me is more about their preference for when they like to watch games. But if you get the 11 a.m., big noon Fox game, if you get the 2:30 CBS game, or you get the 6 p.m. NBC game, that's a mark of honor. That's the conference, the league, the television partners want to highlight you. So sorry if you don't like it, but that's the deal that the Big Ten signed. These games that have been announced already, those are the games that the league is telling you, these are a big deal. This is the time that you have the spotlight on.
I don't think anything's wrong. A 2:30 game to me is the best time to play football. It's the best time in you play football, whether it's at 9 o'clock or at 9 o'clock at night, 9 in the morning, it doesn't matter. You got Michigan coming to town. We need to get busy. And I don't know where that's necessarily fun, but I think the fans will be up for the game at 2:30.
Yeah, that's a good time. I love it. Don't matter to me what time I play. I'm ready to play anytime.
Okay, so I got a question for you two guys. What is a Hoosier?
A Hoosier?
Yeah.
Indiana
Hoosiers. What's a Hoosier? Oh, you looking. You looking. Don't cheat. Why you cheat, Terrell? Austin, what's a Hoosier?
It's just someone from Indiana. We don't know where it came from necessarily, but a Hoosier is just someone who came from Indiana.
Yeah, it's just a native Indianian. Now, do you remember a bison? Hoosier the bison? Welcome back. You guys hear about this?
That's like an old mascot for them, wasn't it?
Way, way old, like in the 50s and 60s. Here's my point. The Hoosier the bison is coming back. Their mascot, the bison, is coming back. Now, Buffalo's bison, Indiana, I don't know where this bison comes from. If the Hoosiers are a native Indianian, where is Hoosier the bison?
Apparently, it was only around for 65 to 69. It was only around for like 4 or 5 years, and they said, "Now we're going to get away with it." So, bold move to bring it back.
Right?
Eddie effect, I guess.
Right? Like, why are they bringing the bison back? I wonder. You think they know something?
Trying to see. No, I don't really have a rationale for it.
All right, I got one more for you guys, real quick. Okay. So, I'm quite sure, Terrell, you're going to get college football 26.
Yeah.
What about the Madden 26?
It's combo. I'm going to buy the combo.
Oh, you know about the combo?
Yes.
Okay, so are you planning on getting the combo pack?
Yeah.
So, did you know that there's college football coaches that will appear in this new game?
Yeah.
Perfect. Remember we talked a while back ago about how much the players are getting a piece?
Yeah.
You remember what that number was?
Like $600, right?
No, it went up to like 1,500.
Okay, let's call it between 6 and 15. Who cares? So call it 9. Here's what I'm trying to say to you. How much you think the coaches are getting? Those coaches that are getting, they said over at least 100 coaches and assistants will be lending their name, image, and likeness to the game. How much you think the coaches are getting? who have agents?
Probably 40, 50,000
a piece.
I would say,
depending on who you are, probably.
Depending on who you are, yeah.
Only reason why I asked that question is because Notre Dame's Marcus Freeman, Ohio's Ryan Day, and Texas Steve Sarkisian are seen in the trailer, while Penn State's James Franklin, Oregon's Dan Lanning, and Georgia's Kirby Smart were among those named in the release. And Terrell, just for giggles, are they going to have the dynasty teams?
They have it all.
Okay, just wondering.
No. I don't know about dynasty teams. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have 9,500.
Yeah, I don't think they want to mess with that yet. It would be nice to have that. I don't know. I have to look it up. I'll let you know when we come back.
Okay. Go at the break.
All right, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back. This is the Captain Show, the fastest 2 hours in radio. Last segment on the way.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
Working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see lots of sunshine with light and variable winds. Afternoon high near 82. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, a low around 56. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers and storms in the afternoon. Otherwise, mainly sunny with light winds and a high near 88. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Take control of your health with the Dash Scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The Dash Scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the Dash Scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your Dash Scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
My baby in a pool game.
Yes, baby.
Baby in a pool game, and I know, and I can't go home.
You can't go home.
I said, I know, I can't go home.
Okay.
I lost my baby in a pool game.
You
Lost my baby in a pool game, and I know, and I can't go home.
We can't go home.
I said, I know, I can't go home.
Here comes the breakdown.
My baby in a pool game. I lost my baby in a pool game. I lost my baby in a pool game, and I know I just can't go home.
Another edition of I Lost My Baby in a Pool Game, performed by the black shirt Terrell Farley. Agent A, did you load that for me? I got something for you, Terrell. A little summertime. Get ready.
You want it?
Yeah, I want it right now. Let me see how you like this.
Here is a man that has not only turned it around 180 degrees, but he's gone another 360 and then 360 and then another 180. Macho Man Randy Savage. You have changed over the past couple of months like I can not believe, sir.
I'm a chameleon, yeah.
A chameleon?
Yeah. I'm talking about the beat goes on, yeah. And the beat goes on, yeah. And the beat goes on. In the video scope, yeah, I am looking right into you right now. Macho Madness right now. Sugar is sweet and so is honey. Macho Madness is on a roll and it can't be stopped. No, Elizabeth understands what I'm talking about, yeah.
Why is it, Macho Man, when I sit and talk to you, stand and talk to you for that matter, that I think of Old Sonny and Cher hits. Why is that?
Unbelievable. Time distortion. Space is the place. Me and Gene Okerlund go down that lonesome highway. Yeah, but don't be hypnotized. No, reincarnation doesn't have to be. You can concentrate and you can mental telepathy. Yeah,
but the beat goes on.
But the beat goes on.
That beat in particular has got to include maybe the Honky Tonk Man, the Intercontinental Champion of the world. I know you're not getting along real well with members of the Bobby Heenan family, Macho Man. Not at all.
Let me tell you something right now. Talking about the greatest Intercontinental Champion that ever lived, the Honky Tonk Man is out of line. Yeah, because I am the greatest Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion that ever lived, and I'm the greatest professional wrestler that ever lived, and I'm living now. Yeah, right now.
You know, he makes no bones about making the proclamation that he is, I'm talking about the Honky Tonk Man, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
He says I can't sing and I can't dance, but I can make romance. Yeah, right there, the fork in the road. I said go right. Elizabeth said go left. I went right. And then I understand what the situation was. I went over that one bridge, yeah. And then when I crossed that bridge, I found out that I was on the right side. And I said, Elizabeth, follow me, yeah, because I'm going straight to the top. The stars, yeah, the stars. One shining star in the night, shining brighter than all the other ones. And I'm talking light years away, yeah.
You're talking Macho Madness.
Macho Madness, yeah. Macho Madness rolling, yeah. You thought so, but I know so. And Macho Madness is coming straight at you, Honky Tonk Man. And I like, yeah, because I'm on a roll and I ain't stopping, yeah. Elizabeth, go right and I'm going left.
Can I ask a question, Macho Man?
No more questions.
I'm sorry about that. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Question for you guys. For you, Terrell, because I don't know if Austin was old. Yeah, Austin, you was on the cuff of Macho Man, right?
I have not watched a single wrestling event in my life. So I know the
you're
characters.
out. You're out. Okay, Terrell, did you like Macho Man, yes or no? Text line, chime in. Were you?
He's probably one of the top 5 guys I like to watch, probably when I watch wrestling. If I had a list, he would be in my top 10. I'd probably go with Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, Stone Cold, The Rock, and Andre the Giant in my 5. He's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. So, you know, Macho Man's a good guy.
That's what I was going to ask you. That's the next question for the text line. Was Macho Man a good guy or a bad guy? Because some people might have thought he was a bad guy.
No, I don't think he was a bad guy because he was solo dolo. He didn't have anybody that and he walked out with Miss Elizabeth. Everybody loves the women when they watch wrestling, and she walked them out every time.
Yeah, but him and the Hawkster, they kind of joined forces. The only reason why I said that just because I remember growing up watching the Macho Man, and he just would get me so excited about trying wrestling moves, just being outside doing stuff, and I just think about Nebraska football. Only reason why I wanted you to play that was because, yeah, it was the Macho Man, but did you feel the intensity of the Macho Man? That's the level of intensity I think Nebraska has to play with. That's the level of I'm talking about ferocious intensity. And Macho Man always gets me hyped up. That's one of the people that I played. Other than music, I would play different clips from the Macho Man just because I thought for a guy to be that small and with a name like the Macho Man, he had to back it up, and I just love him. So I wanted to,
All right, let me give y'all a recap on the baseball that's going on right now. Cincinnati's beating Wake Forest 11-5. Louisville 6-2 over East Tennessee State. Texas 2-1 over Houston Christian, Kentucky and West Virginia 0-0, Florida State 2-0 up on Bethune-Cookman, Miami and Alabama 0-0, TCU and Southern Cal 1-0, North Dakota State, Dakota State, and Arkansas is tied up 2-2. Boston and what's that? Binghamton. Yeah, Binghamton is 0-0. Holy Cross at North Carolina is 4-0 for North Carolina. That game is over with. Nebraska plays at 5 o'clock, and the rest of the games haven't started. Have a great weekend from The Ticket and also the captain. This is 93.7 The Ticket. We'll see you Monday.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers